RED cameras have a long history of digitizing the cinema industry. Previously, RED played a vital role in popularizing 4K cinematography, and this time, RED has come up with a brand new cinema camera with 8K capabilities, the RED V-Raptor ST. Previously, we have seen 8K cameras from big players in the camera market, but none of them seem to be worth using in a professional cinema. So, is RED going to revolutionize the cinema industry with the 8K trend this time? Is it going to be the start of the 8K era? All these are going to be discussed in this video. Besides, we will also cover all the major features and shortcomings of the RED V-Raptor ST. So with that being said, let's get started. Many of us were expecting that the upcoming RED camera would be more like the old DSCM2 lineup. But as soon as the teaser was released, it proved us wrong, as the form factor of the V-Raptor is more like the RED Komodo rather than the DSCM2. The outer shell of this camera is made of aluminum. It has a box-sized shape, looks sleek and compact, and weighs only 4 pounds. In addition to that, this camera comes with solid input-output features. It has dual 4K 12G SDI ports for transmitting 4K videos with super fast speed. It also includes a 5-pin XLR input. Moreover, there is also a multifunctional 9-pin EXT port, which you can use as a timecode input if you want. You can also connect this camera to your Android or iOS device using the Wi-Fi connectivity or through the USB-C port. Besides, this camera comes with an excellent mounting option, as there are 1x4-inch mounting drills throughout its body. The RED V-Raptor ST features a new 35.4 megapixel CMOS sensor, which is capable of retaining about 17 stops of dynamic range. The sensor has a diagonal size of 46.31 mm and is larger than the usual 35 mm full-frame sensor. Moreover, the sensor is also accompanied by the new fixed optical low-pass filter to suppress the moire and aliasing effect during shooting. However, it includes a rolling shutter, though we were expecting a global shutter. But will it have a significant impact on the overall video quality? Well, not much, we think, if the claims made by RED are true. RED claims that this camera comes with super fast readout capability. It offers twice as much speed compared to any other previous RED camera. But what about the lenses? The good news is, this camera comes with an RF mount, and if you know about Canon RF lenses, they are one of the sharpest lenses in the market. Apart from that, you can also use EF mount lenses if you attach an RF to EF adapter to this camera. This camera comes with impressive video capturing ability. It can record 8K 17:9 videos at a whopping 120 frames per second. And this is not just it. It's also capable of shooting 6K S35 at 198 frames per second. And if you want to shoot at the industry standard 4K resolution, you can do it with an impressive 240 frames per second, again at 17:9 ratio. Moreover, you can shoot videos using a 16-bit red code RAW codec. Apart from that, this camera is highly capable of slow motion videos. It offers 2K videos at a whopping 600 frames per second. But one of the issues worth mentioning is that the cinema industry is not yet ready for 8K. And most of the movies are shot on 4K. Or you can shoot at 5K or 6K and then oversample it to 4K and get sharp looking footage. But when you can shoot at 4K, 5K or 6K with this camera, you're essentially recording at a cropped S35 frame size. And if you're thinking about the dynamic range, RED has been advertising that the V-Raptor will be capable of retaining 17 stops of dynamic range. But again, those numbers are just claims made by RED. The actual result will only be known after the lab test. Moreover, as the camera has a rolling shutter, the possibility of attaining 17 stops of dynamic range with this camera is thin, as the rolling shutter affects the dynamic range of a camera. Moreover, there is no built-in ND filter, so we are a bit skeptical about the 17 stops of dynamic range. One of the most striking points of this camera is the autofocus, and this is the first RED camera that features an autofocus system. It comes with a face detection autofocus, which is fast and accurate. For memory, we have previously used Red Minimags, but things are a little different for this camera. Red has featured a new Red Pro CF Express card developed in collaboration with Angelbird, which you can use in this cinema camera. One of the frustrating issues about the camera is, like the Red Minimag, the Red proprietary CF Express cards are going to cost you a lot. There is a single slot for the memory card which offers you write data with a maximum speed of 800 megabytes per second. It is good that Red is innovating its memory option, but it would be more convenient for users if they could use third-party CF Express cards in this camera. Apart from that, you can use the V-mount battery for powering this camera, and like the previous Red cameras, you can also power the camera using the 11 to 17 volt 6-pin DC in port. So that was all about the new Red V-Raptor ST. Undoubtedly, the 8K and the high frame rate shooting capability are going to be the main selling points of this camera. While it has some noteworthy features, there is still room for improvement. A global shutter would definitely make it a more attractive cinema camera. It would also be great if this camera allowed full-width 4K video recording. Besides, Red should also allow using third-party memory cards in their upcoming cameras. So what are your thoughts about the new Red V-Raptor ST? Let us know in the comments section.